intended only a quick drive home after lunch, a routine trip under the wet canopy of oaks, when he noticed the small shape by the curb, a trembling, mud-soaked dog pressed against the edge of the flooded sidewalk, eyes locked on passing cars as if pleading for a miracle. The moment was brief but decisive. He pulled over, stepped out into the rain, and watched the shivering animal look up with something like relief when the car door opened. Without overthinking, he took a towel from his bag and coaxed the dog into the seat. The animal shivered but did not resist, as if it had already guessed kindness when it saw it. When he brought the dog home and Claire met them at the door, she wasted no time. She wrapped him in a warm towel, fed him tiny bites of roast from their plate, and with a soft laugh, named him Storm. The name fit, not because of menace, but because he arrived on a windy, rainy day and immediately became a quiet presence in their lives. Days collapsed into routine in the gentlest possible way. Storm following Claire through the rooms, nudging her for attention while she cooked, resting her head against her knees while she read, standing guard by the sliding glass when she went outside. He learned the sound of her step and the curve of her smile. She gave him a corner of the couch and a steady stream of scraps and whispered talk. Then, on a bright afternoon when the pool glittered like cut glass, something that had always felt so ordinary turned terrifyingly brief. Claire's arm lost its rhythm mid-stroke. Her face tightened, and without any splashy drama, she slid beneath the surface as if the world had been pulled away from under her. For a second, there was nothing but the ripple of blue. Storm's ears went up. He ran. In the way only animals seem to understand sudden catastrophe. He raced to the pool and dove, a focused blur of fur and determination. He found her, gripped the strap of her swimsuit with careful teeth and paddled, pulling weight and water with every stroke until he inched them toward the shallow. His bark, raw and urgent, carried the distance she could not, and a neighbour answered it, climbing the fence and reaching down as sirens began in the near distance. Paramedics worked calmly but fast. They said afterward that only minutes, perhaps seconds, separated her from a much darker ending. In the hospital, Storm sat by the bedside as if standing watch. His coat still glistened from the pool, his body curled and silent but alert. Richard ran his hand along that wet fur and felt a trembling that was not simply from the cold. It was the deep, stunned gratitude of a family who had discovered that a small, unplanned kindness had become the thread that held their world together. They did not call Storm a hero so much as family. His quiet loyalty rewrote the ordinary rules of their days. And every time they told the story, they landed on the same small truth. That one choice, made without fanfare on a rainy curb, had turned into a miracle none of them saw coming.